of dawn light. Welcome to Forfelliness Belly Snake illumination from the ancestors, guiding your path today.
Every day, someone's little girl, daughter, sister, girlfriend, fiancé, wife, cousin, mother, auntie, grandmother, great-grandmother, elder, disappears, shattering a family, a community, the world. There is something we can all do. Remember them.
Good morning, good morgen, and happy Freya's Day to you. Today we embrace the Norse goddess Freya. But I want to put together a whole bunch of thoughts as we get ready to go into the weekend and talk about recovery and where that energy can come from, where it goes, and how we can use it to really heal from the inside out. So lots of things to talk about today as again we kind of finish up our work week and get ready for a really hopefully very wonderful weekend. As always, for those of you who have liked, followed, and subscribed us on any of the platforms, thank you so much. And for those of you who haven't yet, by all means, today's the day. Hit that trigger, ring those bells, do the super secret handshakes, and whatever platform you were listening on, and join us each weekday morning as we discuss just that morning energy to kind of get the motor running and to kind of move into a day very productively. I also want to give a huge shout out to my friends and family at New Reality TV, newrealitytv.com, a streaming channel dedicated to a multitude of spiritual perspectives that hopefully will resonate with you and give you that next step that you need along your spiritual evolution. Many times I've said that spirituality drives this sense of ease and this sense of comfort in the mind to help us to obtain a better mental space. Well, what I mean by that is that there is energy all around us happening, coming in and out of our lives, and we may not even recognize it. We may not even see it. But it's always there. It's always occurring. It's always really a part of just every little thing we do. We go stop at a coffee shop. There's other energies, other people's energies coming to us. We stop at a gas station. There's, again, energies coming all around us. Even Mother Yord pushing her energy out to her children. The cosmos, all of the stars, and certainly the gods, other spiritual entities are always kind of pushing energy one way or another. Now, in some cases, this energy is influential. In other cases, it's ambient. It's just kind of out there. And as we move through our lives, we are remember, in the physical form, we're capable of time and space. So a little different than spiritual entities. We're capable of this time and space thing. So that's a unique thing. But what it means is as we're moving through our lives, our everyday lives, we're going to move through, we have the potential of moving through pockets of energy generated by other spiritual entities, by all these other forces that I just mentioned. So this means that, we could be just minding our own business, doing our own thing, and meander into a pocket of potential negativity. That negativity could then can alter our perspective. We then begin to emit negative energies, and so on and so forth. So we're always we're always on the verge of creating negative energies in lieu of positive ones. So we have to be very cognizant of this. We have to be very aware of what energies we're allowing and what energies we're emitting. So it's a very dynamic, very transitional, volatile, if you will, environment at which we find our mind constantly kind of trying to hold off or allow these different energies. The thing that we have to remember is that the only place in all of existence where positivity and negativity exists is here. Okay? It's our interpretation of energy. Energy, there isn't a spiritual entity capable of holding on to negative energies. It can't exist in the spiritual realm because of the vastness of the spiritual realm. It neutralizes the extremes, right? So if you're really super negative and you send that energy into the spiritual realm, because of the vastness of the spiritual realm, it dissipates. Same thing with positive. So if you're really excited and wonderful and it's life and love and everything, as you cast that energy into the spiritual realm, it too dissipates into neutrality, into this neutral form of energy. All right? Just because of the vastness, not because nobody wants, the positivity and or the negativity, but just because of the vastness of the spiritual realm, that energy can exist. And so as we absorb energy from the spiritual realm, as we absorb energy from the earth, from the spirits, from the gods, from all of these sources, that's neutral energy. It's purely neutral. So to my age-old thing here is when we talk about on a television show, we hear in the crime shows that, the devil made me do it, or these spirits they possessed me and made me do it. Wrong answer. Spirits, i.e. any spiritual entity passing through around us, or the earth, the gods, all of that. None of these individuals can pass you negative energy. They pass you energy, and you translate it, you interpret it the way you want to see it. So if we have an experience in this lifetime, whatever it is, we have the potential to interpret that experience the way we want. So we can make what some might look at a negative situation, we can look at it with a positive light. Conversely, you can look at a positive situation and see it negatively. Does that make sense? You're the translator. You're the polarity provider, right? The universe and all the spirits around us, all the gods, to them, I want you to think momentarily like a dog or a cat. They think very instinctual. So they're very instinctual thinking. And what is, right? So whatever they experience in their lives, a new ball. How exciting, right? How exciting. We got a new ball. I'm thinking of my dog, of course. That was supposed to be there. It's not really good. It's not really bad. There it is. it is what it is. So very animalistic in our thinking, and animalistic I mean by thinking like an animal. They recognize the circle of life. Obviously, many people go, well, how can lions eat antelopes? Well, because it's the circle of life. It is what it is. And the antelope recognizes that. They recognize that they're here to experience a lifetime, and when the lion finds them, their experience is over. That's okay. That's the way it's supposed to be. So they're very animalistic in their thinking, versus humans, which we have, of course, cognitive thought, and we can now change that, and we now begin to assign these values of polarity. And now it doesn't have to be that way. We could have my shield maiden, as an example, has, I would say, an elevated sense of equality, of fairness, of, level playing field. She sees everything that way. And so when things are not fair, when things are perceived as not fair, to her, that's an affront. That's a potential negative, right? Instead of looking at the world and saying, well, I can make this happen. I can change the polarity from what I would have perceived as a negative to a positive. I can do that. Okay, there you go. That's right. You can. You can change our perspective. We talked about the thought process where we're taking in sensory input, processing it through our stuff, where we get to the me gate, and the me gate, we say, no, I don't want that negative energy that I've created with my chemistry. Instead, I choose positivity. I choose light. I choose for the better. All right. I need to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, I want to talk about steps that we can take every day, but especially today on Freya's Day, and kind of focus, aim that energy, bring it back to us so that we can provide ourselves with healing of the mind, the body, and the soul, and really use that energy for our benefit. All right, so we'll be right back after this quick commercial break, and we'll get after it.
The air. The time is now.
We're all waking up.
We're waking up.
We're all waking up.
It's all shifting.
New vibrations.
It's you.
It's you.
It's me. It's all of us.
Together.
A new time.
A new day.
A new energy.
A new energy.
A new reality.
Awaken with us.
Awaken with us.
Awaken with us.
NewRealityTV.com.
Welcome back. Thank you for taking that quick break with us. And I hope that you will truly join me on New Reality TV, NewRealityTV.com, as I said. A wonderful collection of spiritual perspectives that offer us a potential of evolution along our spiritual journey. So check them out. You won't be disappointed. Today we're talking about energy management, kind of moving things in our direction as we embrace and celebrate the Norse goddess Freya. Freya, of course, goddess of love and war. But more importantly, she was also known for bringing magic to both Woden and to Midgard. So let's talk a little bit about energy and what you and I can do each and every day to make sure that our energy is along the perspective of this existence that we want to have, that we're driving and not accepting. All right? So, first thing we have to know is that energy is everything, right? So we communicate it, or we emit it, I should say. We receive it. It is how my words are being received at your ears. It's an energy. In that case, or in today's show's case, you get kind of two senses. I know you can't smell me, and you can't taste me, and you can't touch me. So we're down to, you can see me. Here I am. You can hear me, hopefully. And so these are two forms of energy that I'm sending through all the technology to you. You can receive it in a multitude of ways, right? Now, my intention, my energy that I'm conveying, my brain is using to structure my sentences, to pick the words, to provide my facial construction, all of these things, my intention is good. I want you to find joy. I want you to find happiness and peace in your mind, in harmony with all of those with whom you seek to be harmonious with. My intention is good. The energy that I'm sending you is good. Good. Positive. But it's just energy. It's just neutral. You can accept this energy at your mind, through your ears and through your eyes. You can accept it as a negative. It's a personal affront against this or that or this other thing, or it's right? So you can accept it that way, or you can say, well, I don't know, maybe I'll just listen. Maybe I'll just dial in and see how that interfaces with my life. How can I make my life better by absorbing this information? And that exploration of energy management is what's going to lead to an understanding now within your own mind of how energy affects the way you think. Because the goal, when I sat down and said, oh, I'd love to create a show, what show could I create? Well, let's create Forfællenes Bellisneak. Forfællenes Bellisneak translates from Danish to ancestral illumination. And when should I do this show? What a great opportunity to do this show every morning. I'm conveying energy first thing this morning. The energy that I'm sending is positive. It's light. It's full of love, harmony, peace, management, all that, right? So it's from my perspective, I'm emitting good energy. But you have the choice as to how you're going to receive it. Now, you could receive it in such a way that we allow it to be a positive influence, and now we just direct that energy into our intellect, right? We're learning. This is directing energy into the brain in the form of intellect. So we talk about the construction of the molecules of energy that actually make it to the brain. We're building on intellect. We're also building on imagery. You get to see me, and you get to see this great big ginormous beard that is unruly first thing in the morning. And you get to see that which you want to see. An old man, maybe. I don't know. So, you see what you want to see. I could be conceived in your mind as a threat. I could be conceived as, a crackpot. I could be conceived as a multitude of things. It's all in your mind. Okay? So your perception sets the tone. Now remember, imagination's going to have a piece to it. And imagination's based on our memories. It's going to kick that energy into our new sensory input. So we have some imagination going on. After the imagination is injected and the sensory input is converted into energy, obviously, it's passed through the mood ring. What's our mood like this morning? Are we ready and excited and hopeful for today, or are we kind of, Again, the mood kind of sets the tone for what energy is now passed from from that mood ring down to the well of the self. Now, the well of the self, as we've discussed in previous shows, is essentially where we hit our values, our virtues, and our belief systems. And each of those pieces now are going to provide energy, additional energy. Sometimes they distract, they pull away energy. That collection, after passing through all those rocks, is going to be converted into biochemistry. This is where we're going to use our physical form to create this kind of filtering effect. As the biochemistry is passed through the body is your DNA, right? Your DNA, your emotional state. Your emotional state is creating biochemistry within the body, kind of as an ambient thing. This is all going to offset your pH balance. Okay, so now we're talking medical terms here. But it's going to offset, it's going to change your pH balance, which then alters the chemistry that you just created from the well of the self. So, we have mind-altering substances on board. Alcohol, marijuana, peyote, whatever. And so that's going to further alter, right? And then all of that biochemistry is eventually going to wind up in the horn of feeling. And the horn of feeling then converts it back into energy, right? Converts it into energy, but now we've got this management thing going on. And then passes that energy to this thing called the me gate. The me gate, of course, is where we get to choose. We get to decide what perspective we want to have with this experience. We get to decide, right? And we can say no. You can say no. I don't want to be unhappy. I don't want to be mad. I don't want to be whatever. No. Then, of course, all that energy is going to wind up in the mind. The mind is then going to hold on to it. It's going to make all these interconnectivities between similar type things, and then ultimately send energy forward that then becomes imagination for the next sensory input. So you have the keys. You have all of the power, all of the pieces that you need to create an interpretation of reality that you want to have. Not buying into influential energy, not buying into all the energy around us. You get to choose what mood I'm in, what imagination, what memories I've had that's going to create imagination. Again, the mood ring. We get to decide what our virtues and our values and our belief systems are. We get to make that decision. We manage that. On into the horn of feeling, where we get to decide, how we're going to manage. For those of you who may not be familiar with some of these terms, by all means, feel free to check out some previous shows where we actually drilled down into each of them. But ultimately, you control the horn of feeling as far as its overflow and its creating physical symptoms. And ultimately, you alone are the controller of the me gate. You get to decide what comes through that gate and what doesn't. All right? That then puts into memory. Memories then spur imagination, and the cycle continues. So you get to decide. It's all on you. And you can make the choice to be happy. All you have to do is want it. Be there. All right? So, today, Friday's Day, as we ready ourselves for our weekend, I want you to think about your control, what you can do, what perspective you can force your mind to see these potential challenges and obstacles. You get to make the decision. No, I want to be happy. Okay? And I want you to work on that. And remember, as this energy is coming into the brain, make sure that we're kind of using it appropriately, right? So we're healing, we're listening to the words, we're seeing the maybe the visions. If our eyes are open, right, and we can see those things, we're bringing in that energy. We're healing, and we want to heal ourselves. All right. All right, my friends, I wish you the very best Freya's Day, and we look forward to seeing you again on Mani's Day, or Monday. But over this weekend, I really want you to really focus on just being happy. You have the tools. You have all the keys you need to actively seek joy. Go and find it. It's out there. I can tell you right now, it's everywhere. I can't turn around without seeing something joyful. So, set our mind to seeking it, and we will find it. All right? I wish you the very best weekend. I look forward to seeing you again on Mani's Day. In the meantime, the website still under construction. Please check in with it often as we stand up the new one. Lots of technical mumbo jumbo that all kinds of people are doing. So I really appreciate all their efforts and certainly your patience as we get through this reconstruction period and on into our next phase. In the meantime, love and light. Remember, you are a gift. You're a gift. And I, for one, I very much appreciate you being here and being with me. So have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Freya's Day and enjoy your weekend. Love and light, my friends.
Watching Fulfillina's Belly Snake, a special production of Whispers of the Norse. Brought to you by the Alaska Akoutlaw in South Central Alaska. Guidance and wisdom, courtesy of an ancient Celtic Norse shaman. Thank you so much for joining us today.